welcome to Galway United TV, and today we are talking with Dave O'Leary, our club's kitman. Dave, I hope you're well, and before we get into it, just a quick one, can you let us know how you got into your role, when you started, and how it started for you?
I'd say it was back in 99-2000 season. The club, the underage and the senior team used to train beside my house. So through that, I went up to, because I was a fan since 91, so went up watching the training and all that. Used to open up the sort of gym and all that so they could get changed. So the coach for the underage team, Justin Neary at the time, asked me would I like to help out and do the kit for the season. And I said, yeah, it'd be brilliant, like, you know. So there was a underage tournament down in Lifford, down in Clare. And then that's the first time I started doing that, the underage kit. And I've been doing it on and off with the underage teams for the last, I'd say, 20 odd years. And then I started last season after the lockdown with the first team, so I did.
So you were saying that you've been with the club quite a long time. So you've seen like all the highs and the lows from the seasons. What's your favourite memories and your best moments that you've had with Galway United?
Best moment, it's weird actually because it's 30 years to the day, but I wasn't at the game. I watched it on TV. I was only a young fella, I was only 9, so it would have been the cup win in 91. And then my actually first away game would have been when we won the League Cup against Cork down in Turner's Cross. So they'd probably be my two favourite memories. One like watching on TV and one actually being there in person. So yeah, good memories.
So since COVID has been around for the last year, has it changed your role in any way and how you do things and how you've had to be able to adapt now in your role?
Yeah, say last year there probably wasn't as much emphasis on, you know, being spaced out in dressing rooms and all that. So like there would have been a squad of 18. This season there's squads of 20. So what we're doing now is we're separating into 2 dressing rooms. So yeah, hang one set of jerseys down in one dressing room, go up and hang it in the jerseys in another dressing room. Whereas before it just be in the one dressing room, and like if players wanted something, they just ask you to be there anyway. But now you sort of have to go in between both dressing rooms to see players want that and that. So it's a bit of a hassle, but you sort of, after the first game, you get used to it and you just get on with your job as such, like, you know.
And is there anything, as you were saying, like kind of getting on with your job, is there anything that you think that you would take, you know, when restrictions lift a bit? Is there anything that you will take kind of going forward?
To be more organised, as in, you know, have things laid out probably better, like, you know, that kind of way. It's sort of teaching you, like before was probably a bit easier because you're all in one dressing room and it's easy, but now with it separate into 2 dressing rooms, it's a bit harder. So just probably more organisation and that, you know, take a bit more time to do it.
And Dave, we heard something recently and we just thought it was such an amazing gesture. You actually donated your salary to a charity. Can you tell us what charity you chose, why, and why it was so important to you?
When I was asked to go back after the lockdown last year, I was asked would it be interested in taking on the role of kitman, and I said I would. They offered me, you know, a wage, and I said it was never about money for me. I've always loved the club, like I'm a supporter first and foremost, so I was never going to take the money. But I'd say I was one, if I can count myself lucky, that I was working throughout, and I had been working throughout the whole of COVID and the lockdown. There would have been a lot of people that would have, one, been out of a job, or 2, working from home and not socialising with people or that. Where I was lucky, I was in work socialising with people, well, you know, distance-wise and all that, but I was seeing people on a daily basis when I was lucky. And then a lot of people, there was no people allowed into matches last year. So when I was lucky in that sense as well, that I was able to go to matches and that. So I just thought, without COVID, there's been a lot of issues with mental health and that. So, and obviously suicide and all, which is a big thing in Ireland now, unfortunately, and having had friends and family members die through suicide, I just thought it'd be while I was lucky enough to be doing something I love, it would be nice to sort of, the money I was getting from the helping out, that it would be nice to put it to a worthy cause and that, like, you know.
No, like that's actually amazing when we heard it. You know, it really shows your passion for the club. And as you were saying, you're there because you love it and because you know a charity, and you were fortunate enough to be working and you were able to kind of give it up. We just really think it's really amazing. It's an amazing gesture and it's an amazing thing to do, and not many people do it. But no, Dave, it's been great chatting. And for any updates,
Cheers, Laura.
for any updates, make sure you follow Galway United on social media.